What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Even though I'm dolo, I got the mask on. I got COVID again for the third time. It's kind of muffled when I have the mask on, so I'm talking with it off. As I'm recording, it's like day 3 where it actually hit me and I actually feel it. I probably had it for more than 3 days, but 3 days of me feeling that shit. So I've been having the chills and sweating really bad. But today we're gonna be working on the car. Enough of that COVID talk. The getting rid of my 2nd gen Odyssey is when I picked up this car, the RA1, of course. So I've owned this car for officially 1 month. And if you guys seen this oil cooler O-ring video, you guys know that I have a fat oil leak. So I've been driving like this for a month, and tonight we're gonna try to finally work on it. It's currently 7:30. I did 12 hours a day. I worked 5 to 5. I've been home for a little bit, ate dinner or whatnot. So after work is really the only free time I have. I work 5 to 5, and then during the weekends I do my business and I do sell cars. And I'm just tired on the weekends to work on anything of mine. I'd rather make money rather than work on my stuff and not get anything out of it but a fixed car. Tonight I'm gonna be not lazy since I got COVID. I might as well social distance from the family and work in the garage for a little bit. Hopefully we can get a good outcome out of this and fix this leak, because it is horrible. Maybe somewhat later on in this video when it's daytime, I can show you guys how bad like the oil is on the driveway, and then all on the road you can see a whole line up and down the road for me leaving and going. And then also where my lease ended recently at the old apartment, there's like oil everywhere, and it's just funny seeing knowing that's me all around the city, just a line of oil everywhere. It's really not funny, but it's funny at the same time. Since I replaced the oil cooler O-ring, what's right on top of that filter is the oil pressure sensor. So I picked up this oil pressure sensor from Advanced. Let's see if I can find a part number for you guys. There's the part number. Comes in this little box. I'm gonna try to open it up with one hand. Got the thumb. Try to dump this right here. There's what this guy's gonna look like. So all it is really is whatever size socket that this is, and we're gonna wrench this off and screw the new one on, and hopefully that fixes the leak. It should be really simple, but knowing how car things go for me, it's really not. Think while we're under the car's running lean. So I'm gonna try a new O2 sensor. This was in the box of parts from the previous owner that he gave me. So shout out to Sean. If this fixes the running lean issue, he just saved me a little bit of dollars from buying one myself. So this is just basically plug and play. Just twist off the old one and then connect the connection, and that's really it. I have a 96 RA1 Odyssey, and this car is obviously old with an age. Basically all the sensors are going out. So what I'm assuming is the oil pressure sensor on the O2 sensor. I got the ABS sensors on, the airbag light is on from the steering wheel. I gotta figure that out another day with all the wiring and stuff. And sometimes the speedo don't work, so I think it's a speed sensor on the trans. Just a bunch of sensors are going out, so it's about that time to start replacing everything. I'm warning you guys right now, I have just enough space to fit this car in and work in it. I'm just assuming it's gonna work. Hopefully it does. You guys will see when I set the camera up in the garage. So here's what we're working with. Like I said, just enough space. Hopefully it'll work. I'll find somewhere to put you guys down. Actually managed to fit this car in the garage. This car is weird. Ever since I changed out the oil cooler O-ring, sometimes it leaks and sometimes it doesn't, but it definitely fucking stinks when I drive it. So there is some getting on that pipe. But while I was just idling in the garage, I don't see nothing in the garage on the ground, so it's not leaking right now. But I'm still gonna go ahead and change that sensor, because for one, I already have it, and for two, it's still obviously leaking oil. Sometimes I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood. Might take his jacket off because I'm kind of burning up right now. I need to get like those little release things for the hood, that way I don't gotta prop this up every time. We have this light too if we need it, which we are when we get under there. I need to upgrade my shit, like get a toolbox with like a little station. I forget what it's called, a workstation. Get like a big ass light for the garage for when I'm working on the car at night. This thing's dope. If you haven't seen the video, go ahead and check it out. A lot more room with it off. I'm gonna jack this up, but I totally forgot the side skirts have to be taken off. I think the tool's in here somewhere, but damn, it sucks. Every time I gotta jack the car up, I gotta take the skirts off. So I'll be back once these are off, because I know it's boring recording a low time lapse of me taking them off. Check my tires while I was doing the skirts. They don't need to be flipped yet, which is good. The Alexa in here, listen to some tunes while I'm not recording. My detailing game up, got 5 gallons of everything that I need. Clientele been coming in, money been coming in. Caught her on Black Friday for like $22. Hey Alexa, play my Spotify playlist.
Your liked songs from Spotify.
Woo. Got her on jack stands on both sides for extra security. I'm gonna throw the stock wheels on each side right under, just in case if for whatever reason the jack stands and the jack fail on me, it'll fall on the tires and not me. That's something like I always try to do if I have the stocks. I definitely have an exhaust leak somewhere on the headers. I gotta figure out where exactly, make a new gasket, and hopefully that's the only place it's leaking at, like from the exhaust, because it does sound pretty bad. Or maybe I lied. Maybe I do need to get new tires, because that's pretty bad. I just noticed that. Damn, there's a good tread on this shit too. I need an alignment. He did tell me to get an alignment. I'm gonna need some tires soon though. Sheesh. Yeah, here's a little bit of the oil leakage. I want to see if this Fomoto is loose or something. It's probably just dripping. Yeah, it's just dripping onto that. Yeah, low life. But yeah, I probably need new CV axles soon, because I'm getting some weird creaking noises when I'm turning or if I'm just bouncing around. Oh yeah, that's why she clicking and clacking right there. Let's see, it's messy as hell under here, yo. But you can clearly see where it's leaking. It could be from one of these hoses. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me try to zoom in. It could be from one of these hoses being a little loose, or it could be the oil pressure sensor. I'm pretty sure it's a sensor. I can kind of see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the oil filter right now. I'm gonna try this O2 sensor. Since it's right here, I'm pretty sure this is the one I need to replace. Unless there's another one up front, which I don't think there is. I'm guessing this is the wrong O2 sensor, because this connection right here would not go into this one up here. So it's obviously the wrong one. I don't know if it's to this car or not. Like I said, the previous owner included it, so we're gonna skip the O2 sensor and just try to go for this oil sensor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this filter. Before I do that though, I'm gonna see if I have an extra one to put on, because I need to take that off to access the oil sensor, because it's kind of in the way. You guys kind of ain't gonna be able to see it. Let's see how much oil is even in it. Let's see if we can drain this thing. She don't look bad. She kind of look fresh still. I do be filling this up a lot. Like I said, I own this car for a month and this thing's been leaking nonstop. As long as this thing is idling, this thing is leaking. It's like a hit or miss. Some days it leaks, some days it don't. But when it does for sure. Kind of curious to see how many quarts is in it. From the factory, according to Google, it's supposed to be around 4 quarts, which is pretty weird. Every other car was like 5 and up. There's how much oil I was running in the car the whole time. She's still kind of dripping a little bit, but I found my exhaust leak right from the header. It's like literally hanging freely. Alright, I got the oil cooler housing all broken down again. Here's where the oil filter goes. There is the oil cooler sensor. Right now I'm just trying to detach that wire from the sensor so I can put a socket on it and take that old one off. To be honest, it does look like it's leaking from there. Take off this clip without breaking that wire. So I got some needle noses. It's kind of hard to record for you guys at this angle. Like, it's already a tight spot for me to work on it. If you guys can see with the flashlight, it's moving freely. So now I'm going to figure out what socket size that is and try to pop that off and put the new one on. This orange piece is where it goes into the engine, and then that connector, that hose goes in right here. So just pulling it free from that and then taking it off. You guys didn't see one of the previous videos where I broke down the oil cooler and changed out the O-ring to take apart that oil cooler housing. It's a 30mm, so it's a big boy. And I was about to be pissed because I thought I didn't have the size for the filter, or not the filter, the sensor. So that right here. I'm gonna try to see if this big ass breaker bar will fit with this long ass extension, because this is the only socket I have to fit this sensor. Please work, bro. Please work. I don't think it is, bro. It's like a plastic thing right here in the way. Let me see if I can put this socket on first. It might work like that. I don't think I got my shit stuck. Got the old one off. I'll show you guys a better look of what it looks like when I get the new one on, because I don't know how much longer this battery has before it dies. And this is my only car, so I need to get a move on.
Thousands of tears later.
I'm not able to put the new one in because, I don't know, this thing is just massive. I got a homie, Fook. You guys seen him in previous vlogs. He's actually the one who took me to get this car right here. He's dropping me off some different sockets that are smaller. That way I'll be able to tighten it and get to work tomorrow. Boy, look what time it is. 11:12, and I gotta get up at 4:30. My nose bleeding. Speaking of his ugly ass, he just put up right now. Look, Matt. Well, I never got that shit ever. Boy. Fook always be coming in clutch. Smaller ratchet, smaller socket. It's a 27 mil. I'm gonna crawl my ass back down there. After I go back inside and get my flashlight. I was charging that bit because I was using that bit for a little bit too long. Got that bit charged up. It's still a little bit dead. Oh, you got a little sneak peek. You already seen it before. Once I put that new sensor on, here's the new filter I'm putting on. I had one extra one, luckily. There's a part number for the RA1, 196. Alright, I managed to get the new sensor on. Apparently it don't sit flush against the engine, which is why I thought I was cross-threading it with my socket set. I realized that after looking at the old sensor, there's only enough thread where you can tighten it. All I have to do left is plug in this onto the sensor and it should just snap. I'm trying to record with my hand, my bad. It should just push right in there. You heard it snap. Then give it a little tug after and it should be good. Now all I have to do left is put back in this cooler. O-ring still in there, nice and snug, how it should be. I'm gonna make sure it gets installed again just like that. And then I'll resume the video and put oil back in it and start it back up and see if it's fixed. Hopefully it is, fingers crossed, because I've been up for too fucking long. The oil cooler don't need to be on there very tight, so just do a few ugga diggas. Trying to do this with one hand. This is super hard. That should be good. What I like to do every oil change is tighten down this Fomoto valve. If you guys watch my video, you guys would know what this is. I'm just gonna tighten it down, make sure it's tight, which it was. And then the very first time I installed this, I passed on this clip because I couldn't see, and now I'm gonna install it. So it goes right here by the lever. I always forget how to put it on there, to be honest. Oh, there it is. It goes right up against the lever, so it doesn't allow the lever to push down during a bump and go over, which is highly unlikely that'll ever happen. I ran this on my Subaru for over 5 years. See, it's even hard to take the clip off, so this clip ain't going nowhere if you have one, and even if you don't have one, you're totally safe. I think all of this gunk right here is from my boot, yo. If this oil leak is fixed, another day I'm gonna jack the car out, put on jack stands, and degrease and power wash all this underside and get it all freshened up. Forgot to show you guys earlier, this is what I was talking about. Like, this sensor only has a certain amount of thread before it can't thread anymore, so it will not sit flush against the block. I thought I was cross-threading it or something because there's a gap. It's just supposed to be like that. This is the oil I run. I always run this right here, 5W30. Bro, I really hope this is it, bro, because I'm tired of making my city dirty. Oil's in, everything's tightened down. This exhaust leak from the headers is gonna get fixed another day. We're gonna see if she leaks. So let me move this flashlight down there. I'm gonna put the drain thing right here too, just in case it does leak. Somewhere around that area. And we're good to go. I'm about to start her up right now. So far. finally witnessed it. I finally fixed the RA1. No more leaking oil. I don't know if you guys heard when it was idling. I was getting a call through the Bluetooth speaker or whatever. It was my wife checking up on me. She was making sure I opened the garage up, which I did, but I only opened up like this much off of the ground. I didn't answer my call because I didn't know where my phone was. She walked all the way over here to the garage just to tell me to open up the garage up more. Yeah, she was just checking on me, making sure I opened it to begin with, because I'm kind of got a few loose screws, just like the RA1. Yeah, now that she is good, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. That's like one less thing to check off my list that I need to do. Now all we gotta do is throw on the side skirts, clean up the garage, and then that's it. I gotta take a shower. I gotta go to work, or I gotta wake up at 4:30 and go to work at 5. So I've been in here for way too long. I do this too much though. Like I stay up late and go into work, do 5 to 5. It's too unhealthy. Oh, I done threw that hole in neutral and took it off the ramps. Look at this, boy. Get my flashlight. Sheesh. But side skirts are on, everything's good to go and cleaned up. Literally got some walk area to walk around the car. Still have to shower. I don't know if you guys can hear, it's raining pretty bad. While I was working on the car, I was getting like tornado warnings and stuff. It's been like that all day in Florida. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.